to himself? No, again, that's inadequate. That's trying to reduce Jesus to one-sidedness. The best way to say it is like the scripture says. Jesus, as a human, prayed to God. That's all you have to say. But as a oneness believer, we understand at the same time the Spirit of God was fully incarnated in him. You say, well, that's hard to understand. Well, that's because you're trying to understand the incarnation, which by definition is a mystery. Now, we know it's true, it's revealed, but the inner workings of how God could be a man at the same time, our human minds will never comprehend because it's outside of our experience. I mean, that baby, that 3-day-old baby in his mother's arms is God. That child running around in the yard is God. That teenager is God. That 30-year-old man dying on the cross is God. How do we understand what's going on in his head? We can't understand that. I would say his human mind grew and understood as much as is capable. So as a baby, I don't think he was staring up his mom saying, I'm God manifested in the flesh. He was a baby. Of course, the Spirit of God was all-knowing. But even as a 12-year-old, he did have an awareness of his identity. So you can see, and that Luke says he did grow. Wisdom, stature, favor with God and man. He grew intellectually, socially, spiritually, physically. So and only in those terms can we describe the incarnation. But again, I go to 1 Timothy 3:16. Great is the mystery of godliness. It's a mystery. Not how many gods there are. There's only one. That's not a mystery. How many persons? That's not a mystery. God is not a plurality of persons. The Bible never even says that. But what is the mystery? How that God could be manifest in the flesh. And that same verse goes on to say, seen of angels. What do you mean seen of angels? Now, angels are spirit beings, so I don't know how they relate to God in heaven. I don't think they need light waves and retinas to see God. So I think see is metaphorical, however they relate to God. But there is something curious. Why would it say Jesus incarnate, he was seen of angels? The implication is something happened that never happened before. So I think the angels are saying, well, yeah, I know God, but wow, God is a human.
Yeah.
That's shocking. I actually seen physically of angels. And let me just close with this thought. Isn't it amazing? The